Now it's time for my gift to you, which was your gift to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
And you got
great gift.
Yakuza Kiwami. Kiwami Brown.
You want a sense of Shenmue.
Oh yeah, you're totally right. So
go ahead, Art.
This point where someone gives one of us gives someone else a game, give them a chance to play something they haven't played before, review it, and come back with their thoughts. So, what did you think about Yakuza Kiwami? I'm gonna sit back because my knees hurt.
Was it your turn to sit back? I already fell, so you sat back. I fell.
Gotta say,
the big guy.
Yeah.
Good old metal.
Yeah.
So Yakuza Kiwami. Okay.
You dropped this.
Asshole.
My overall verdict on it is incomplete.
Okay.
I played. I want to say I played about 4 or 5 hours of it.
Oh, nice. That's a good amount.
I think based on the number of chapters, I got about 25% of the way through the game.
What chapter did you get to? Do you remember?
5, 4.
Oh, okay.
Have you guys played any of the other Yakuza games?
I have not.
I have too, and I'm wondering whether it's anything like.
So it's a remake of Yakuza 1.
The first one.
Okay.
It's like redone like everything, right?
Oh yeah, totally
Yeah, 'cause
remastered.
it's
It looks
for
gorgeous.
PS3, right?
PS2 is the original.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then I played a Yakuza game
Okay.
for PS3.
Because there was quite a few of
There's
them.
been like 7
There's
of them.
quite a few of them.
Okay,
Yeah, because 6 just came
I played
out.
one of them.
Okay.
So, my impression going into this is, everything I've always seen of Yakuza, it kind of looks like a Grand Theft Auto-ish game. And the thing I like, so playing the game, I sit there and you go in and there's the story, and they start having you doing like basic missions. You get the hang of things. These basic missions fucking suck. So here's the first mission errand you're sent on. You go out and buy a ring. As you're walking back to deliver the ring, you get pickpocketed.
Oh.
You go to a place where the pickpocket is. He runs away. You go to another place where the pickpocket is. I think you fight him. Mm-hmm. Then he tells you that he pawned the ring. You go to the pawn shop. The pawn shop guy tells you, okay, it's going to be 120,000 yen to buy it. Okay, you leave and you go find someone to borrow 120,000 yen from. You go back to the pawn shop. The price is now 150,000 yen. You go borrow another 30,000 yen. Then you go back to the pawn shop. The guy goes, "Oh,
I sold it.
I believe you. It was stolen from you. Your story checks out. Here, have it for free."
I would piss me off.
So that's not the only type of mission I ran into like that. There's another one where you're at a funeral, and it's a very similar type thing where you're looking for they call it a mourning band. I think it's like the fucking band you wear on your arm to show that you're part of the funeral staff or a pallbearer or something. And you have to go find the guy that has the thing. You find out he's missing it. You go find it out in the lot. He sees you picking it up, so you give it back to him. Then you go inside, and his boss fires him or he quits his job. So then he goes outside, and you find him again. Then he tells you he threw out the band. So then you have to go searching garbage cans.
I'd be annoyed.
So now the story in the game is interesting enough that eventually I'm gonna go back to it, and I'm thinking of going on the PlayStation Store and ordering it now while it's on sale.
Oh.
So the story is the thing that has me interested in going back. What I've seen so far of like story missions, not great.
Sure.
But I'm also reminding myself that this is just a remake of a PS2 game, and also the first game in a series.
Yes, that is key right there with what you're saying, because I get what you're saying totally. I totally understand, because it's a pain in the ass. Because also too, at the beginning of the game, your stamina level is very low.
Yeah.
Like in terms of running. So like there's times where you're just walking because you got to wait to regain the stamina, then you can run again. And because you throughout the game you upgrade it, but it sucks at the beginning of the game.
So also on that, like when you start off the game, you're a badass. You're this Yakuza guy. You're about to get your own family in the Yakuza, and shit goes sideways. One of your friend kills a boss of your family's boss,
right?
And you end up taking the fall for him.
Yeah.
And so you go away to prison for 10 years, and you come out, and you're rusty, and you've lost like all your skills. The one thing that was interesting is some of the fights. In prison, you fight a guy who is dual-wielding knife, or force.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah. So there's shit like that pops every now and then. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the fights you go in, you can tell that the people you're fighting have different styles. So you'll go in there and you'll get into a fight where you're fighting 4 guys, or you'll be fighting with a couple people on your side against 5 guys, or you'll just be fighting one big strong motherfucker who manages to dodge your first attack every goddamn time. And that was one of the frustrating things that I had to tell myself. I'm like, okay, PlayStation 2 game, first entry in a series, that kind of stuff, because you'll sit there and you'll go unleash a barrage of attacks on the guy you're fighting, and he'll manage to be able to dodge out of the middle of the combo. But if the computer does that to you, you're not dodging out of their fucking combo. You're sitting there and you're taking all 4 shots or 5 shots or whatever.
Yep.
So that's kind of annoying. The other thing is your guy has 4 different fighting styles. And the cool thing with that is they are distinctly different. You have one where you're super quick but your attacks don't do as much damage. You have another one where you're super slow but they're all power moves. You have a style that's kind of balanced between the two, and that's called a brawler. And you have another one that's called, I think, Dragon. And it's just it's like mostly kicks. So that's interesting, and you have to try to figure out which style to use to combat, whoever it is that you're fighting. In the one fight where you're fighting 3-on-5, I just put on the one where you're fast. I just ran in circles.
The rush.
I ran in circles and I kited them into my teammates. One guy's chasing you around with a fucking knife, and you And so I'm getting them to follow me and just like leading them into my allies. But what's going on with the story there? So like I said already, you're hot shit. You take the fall for a friend and go to jail. You come out and like the organization, like the whole Yakuza organization's changed drastically. Your friend that you covered for is now getting his own family when you would have got your own family. The Japanese names, it's not even a Japanese thing. I just suck with names in general. It could be Joe and Bob, and I just
for sure. Like I just know him from other games. So
it's not a racist thing. I'm not racist. I just suck with names.
Well, some of them are so close together. It's like, wait, which one are you talking about?
See, this works out for me, Mike and Mike.
Yeah.
I got nothing to remember.
He doesn't know your name.
Susie.
Only on the weekends.
Susie and the Banshees. But yeah, and the guy you covered for is getting his own family, and while you're in prison, you're like kicked out of the Yakuza, but not completely banished from it. So they're trying to figure out a way to bring you back in without ruffling feathers. So yeah, the story has me interested. Like I said, I may go home tonight and buy it on the PlayStation Store just because it's $17 now, and who the hell is that shit again?
You should.
I converted him.
Kiwami.
I left that really confused when I started yelling that in bed.
The safety word is Kiwami.
Oh my god, yes.
Kiwami.
I did give thought to just not bringing your game back tonight and like keep holding on to it to play it.
That's okay.
But the thing is, with Far Cry, and I want to play God of War, I don't know when I'm going to get back to it, so I didn't want to hold on to your game for 6 months.
No, fair enough.
Then have you go, hey, do you still have Yakuza Kiwami?
Wait, did you buy it? A God of War?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm going to once I'm, planning on playing it.
So proud of you, Art.
I showed restraint. Do it. So yeah, I mean, it's if you're gonna play it, I would say if you didn't play it years ago, you're not like going for that nostalgia kick. Just keep in mind that it was a PlayStation 2 game. It's the first game in a series.
Yep.
I'm sure the later games are much evolved from what this one is.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, just know with those limitations going in, and I mean, I think you can find parts of it to enjoy. If you like, I'm a sucker for organized crime stories. So the other thing too is like, so I said in the beginning, like in my head, this is like a Grand Theft Auto type thing. The open world is not so open in this game.
No, not initially, for sure.
You get they give you a map of the city you're in.
Yeah.
And it's not huge.
No.
Which again could be it was on PlayStation 2 thing. But the other thing is like in the early stages of the game, like you're trying to go somewhere, and if you're not taking the exact path they want you to take, the screen will be like, no, you're not supposed to go here. turn around, go the other way. I'm like, but I wanted to go straight, turn left on that street, not turn left now and then go straight.
Yeah, the first few chapters are like that, and then after that, it open up more because there's so many mini games that you can do at any time.
Yeah, I don't think I got to the point where I got to too many of those.
Okay,
wait, is that where like you can go and like just play slots for an hour? And
yeah. You can go to the cabaret clubs and chat up the women.
I'd be there.
Oh yeah.
I will do that. That sounds great.
You go see karaoke whenever you want.
Why have I been here for 6 hours?
Go to the batting cages. Play bowling. I mean, they've got everything. Like so much you can think of. It's insane.
So yeah, I will play it again at some point. Like I said, probably
Awesome.
I might go home and buy it tonight. But I'm probably not gonna play it anytime soon because there's just so much.
Oh no, for sure. No, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you liked it. I'm so glad because like I just the series is so good. It is so good. There's so much fun.
And
The story, like you said, the story is like I get. We were talking about some of the missions. Like it's brutal. Like running back and forth. It's like all right, this is stupid. Like and there's times where don't get me wrong. Even in the modern games, there's some side quests that are like that. I'm like, all right, this sucks. But
well, I mean, even
the story
GTA
is
stuff like that.
Well,
So,
yeah,
go to this place.
But the
Go to this
story
place. Go to this place.
great. Oh, I just love this story, and you're gonna learn, even though it's small.
Yeah.
You know where everything is, but you're gonna love the city. The city that it takes place in is so great.
Yeah, and the other thing with the story is, like I said, it has my interest, and I don't even really think I've scratched the surface of everything the story is going to contain. So,
Wait till the later. The later chapters of that game gets so good. Oh, it gets so good.
So yeah, has my interest. I give it a thumbs up.
Awesome.
Nice.
Kiwami.
Kiwami!
I'm saying the Kiwami.
God, you talking about this though? Oh my god, it makes me want to like stop playing God of War and go to Yakuza 6. I won't, but it makes me want to.
Blasphemy.
That's it. Sucks. Like, I'm so pissed that this game did not come out a month ago because I'd probably be done with Yakuza 6 right now if it wasn't for the fact that it came out the same week as God of War. Honestly.
You had like 4 days, buddy.
Yeah. And I played an hour.
You open up the box.
I did. And I'm using the glass. A nice Dragon
very
Edge
cool.
glass.
That's
You
very
spent more time with the glasses than you have with the game.
That's right.
Yeah. How long have you been sitting here doing this thing?
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, I think we're probably close to 2 hours.
Nah, it's fine. All right, we're about done anyway. So,